So close and so far.
Close only. Sir, according to the CAG report, under UDAN scheme, only 54 routes or 7% of the awarded routes managed to sustain the operations beyond 3 years concession period. Sir, can the government explain what steps are being taken to resolve the problem in respect of the other routes unable to finish their concession period?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, Vijay Reddy ji, as always, has raised a very erudite question, and I shall endeavor to try and satisfy him. In every situation, sir, you can always look at a glass half full or a glass half empty. Vijay Reddy ji proposes to look at it from a half empty viewpoint. We in government look at it from a half full viewpoint. These were routes and airports that had been wiped off the civil aviation map. It is only due to the efforts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji that today under UDAN Yojana, 76 airports that were never on the civil aviation map of India in its history have today reappeared on those maps. It is only due to the efforts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the government that today 1.30 lakh passengers have travelled through UDAN Yojana who could never ever dream of travelling on a plane before. It is only because of his vision that today 2.75 lakh flights have operated in India due to the viability gap funding that has been proposed and given by the central government for this scheme in particular. And it is only because of his vision that the northeast that was looked at as always Purvottar, the furthest point of India, from the periphery has been brought into the mainstream. And 9 new airports have been constructed in the northeast of India, of which 6 have been possible only because of the UDAN scheme. As far as his question is concerned, I'd like to correct his data. This scheme has been proposed as a VGF scheme for 3 years, where viability gap funding is given for 3 years for an airline. We hope that post that, the route sustains itself. If it doesn't, then we have to look for new routes to add on to these schemes. That's why we have a target of 1,000 routes over the period of the scheme. Today, 517 routes have been operational. His data is slightly dated because he relies on the CAG report. The current data, I'd like to correct him, is 78 routes are still continuing after 3 years. 40% of the routes are operational, 15% of those are continuing after 3 years, and it is our endeavor that as India grows, as people grow accustomed to air travel, this will only increase in the days to come. Our projection is that from 144 million travelers in 1920, by the year 2030, India will have 42 crore travelers by civil aviation in the days to come.
Sri Rajiv